two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Rodgers going to the air to start things out. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught at the 25. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. At their own 25-yard line. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that will draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. You definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Back deep for the Jets, McCole Hardman. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them. One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to have the Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Rodgers. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 21. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Back to the ground with Hall. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. They're going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman from 10 yards out. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a play fake, and it's gone. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. It's gone. That is caught by Laporta. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Two minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. Now 2nd and 9. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Who just take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Flushed out right. Catch is made by Hardman. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the...
And that's caught inside the 35. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 72 yards. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving. And he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this one.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 55 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Second and a couple. Off play action. Here's Goff. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here goes tonight.
Goff on first down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Will McDonald able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Gardner guaranteed they approach this point with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He wants Reynolds way downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
No.
13 yards remaining on second down.
Jump out.
Rodgers now to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield, even if you don't get the catch.